Lee. We are looking forward to the game tomorrow, which of course is Arsenal at home taking on Leicester. And because we're taking on Leicester, I thought I'd get a very special guest in. We've got Lee Chappy. How you doing, Lee Chappy?
Looking forward to this tonight, mate. Got a fair bit to talk about. And how do you like the new layout, Robbie?
The layout looks good, man. That layout is looking really, really good.
Cool, man. Yeah, I've been doing the watch-alongs on the YouTube channel and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. No,
keep it up, bro. It's great to have you back on again. I remember we had you on during the lockdown. And talking of lockdown, back in the lockdown, isn't it? You guys are back in lockdown.
Yeah, we're still in lockdown here, mate. Still in lockdown. The only city in the whole country that let the rest of the country down. That's us. So we were the Premier League champions 2016 and we're the lockdown champions 2020. put that in the history books.
How long are you guys going to be locked down for? Have they said, or is it just until sort of the numbers come down a bit?
Yeah, so I think this is the first week. We've got another week to go, and then we'll find out what's the crack, basically.
Yeah, but you're still able to do games there. I saw that you're still able to have games at the stadium. You're still going to have games at the King Power.
Yeah, but I think it's classed as their work, and I think they get tested every other day, the Premier League players and all the staff and stuff. So I can imagine it's all tightly locked to that. So,
well, listen, it's great to have you on again, mate. And there's lots of people jumping into the comments. Great to have all those people there. It's been a little while actually since I was doing these live shows like twice a day, and then I've just been so busy with the amount of games that we've had. Just coming so rapidly, and we've been filming so much content around the games that we've just not been able to do as many live shows. So it's great to do a live show and have loads of people jumping into the comments. So thank you very much, guys. And obviously we've got Lee on here because we are going to preview the game tomorrow, which is Arsenal taking on Leicester. Now, when I look at the table, Leicester in third place, Arsenal way back down in 7th place, Leicester on 58 points, Arsenal on 49. However, Leicester's been on a bit of a dip. You did have that good win at the weekend against Crystal Palace. That was a big win for you guys. Vardy getting a couple of goals in that 3-0 win.
Yeah, he's made the 100-goal club now, mate. He's part of the elite. He's part of the elite.
A lot of people are labelling this game Aubameyang versus Vardy because they're both vying for the golden boot. Aubameyang's on 19, Vardy's on 21, of course. Yeah, Vardy always seems to score against Arsenal as well.
Got a good record against the Big Six, to be fair. I don't know what the Big Six is these days with you guys out of it. That's not a knock. That's not a knock. I'm just saying. Just banter.
But it's a big game, not just for Vardy and Aubameyang, but for both teams. Because for Arsenal, we still got a very slim chance, I think, more of the top 5 after beating Wolves at the weekend. But Arsenal on 49 points, so a win will put them on 52 points, which is what Wolves are on at the moment. A win for Leicester will put them on 61 points, would be big for you guys. But if you didn't win, because Chelsea are only a point behind you and they won, they play.
I
mean, Manchester United are only 3 points behind you as well. So
did Chelsea play earlier? Chelsea play early, didn't they? Ain't Chelsea 6 o'clock kickoff?
I'm not even sure.
I think they're earlier on in the evening tomorrow.
I'm just checking it out.
So
you're right. Yeah, Chelsea play Crystal Palace at 6. So they could be above you. So it is a bit of a pressurized game for Leicester in that you've got to win. We got to win. What's happened to Leicester since? Because all right, you've got the win at the weekend, which was a big win for you guys, 3-0. But before then, you've been very poor since the whole lockdown thing finished. Why?
No. That's sugarcoating it, mate. That's sugarcoating. That is. Let's go back. Let's rewind. To Boxing Day. When Boxing Day, we got stuffed. Christmas turkey stuffing by Liverpool. We got a proper stuffing that day. 4-0 down the King Power. And since then, we hadn't really found any kind of momentum. We'd had a few games in the Cups, in the League Cup and the FA Cup, which we've won and stuff. But if you look at the Prem results, we haven't been that good. Apart from a good whooping of Aston Villa, It's been poor. I think it was 1 win in like 9, maybe 10 before we just beat Palace. And from the week 20th in the Premier League, we were sitting 13th in the form table, Robert.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's gone wrong? Why? Why is this? Why is this dip in form with you guys?
I don't know. Maybe it's the squad depth. We haven't got the biggest squad. Ricardo Pereira got injured as well. He was out for the rest of the season. So that's he's a key player, I think, in Leicester's attack, to be honest with you, because he bolts down those wings and pulls defenders out of position, and it creates that open space for Maddison to play off and stuff. So speaking of Maddison, he's out as well for the game against Arsenal tomorrow. So that's no Ricardo, no Maddison, and reports from Brendan Rodgers on the conference today, no Chilwell either. Wow.
So that's three players that were very key against us especially when we played you at your place.
Yeah.
In Maddison, Chilwell, and Pereira all missing. I mean, Chilwell scored a banging goal. As well. So all those.
Do you rate him, by the way? Do you rate him? Chilwell.
I do rate. You know what? I always say that I rate Chilwell, but I mean, you're always telling me, and a few other Leicester fans are saying to me that he's not all that.
He's not at the back. He's good going forward. He works really well with James Maddison. If you could swoop both of them, mate, you'd be laughing. He works really well with James Maddison for me. But other than that, I don't think he offers much at the back in defence. He got bullied. What was it? The Watford game. He got absolutely bullied. I can't think who the man on the right was that bullied him. The big fella. Oh, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But he got absolutely bullied.
But it's not been a great restart either for you guys, have it? You had the win against Palace, but you lost.
Yeah.
Beat by Everton as well. What was the other game?
Yeah. There was Brighton. There was Watford. Everton, they beat us 2-1. 2 draws against, obviously, Brighton and Watford. Everton. Palace, we beat, obviously, at the weekend. We got knocked out of the FA Cup by Chelsea. It was 2 goals in 5 games, I believe, until we played against Palace.
Yeah, so your confidence will be up a bit with
Vardy's will. Vardy's will, because he's back on the goal sheet now, Vardy. You know, because he hit the 100 and then he hit 101. You won't stop him now. I think he'll go out all attack, fire mode, rage mode.
However, you're coming up against an Arsenal team that, you know, the confidence is right up with Arsenal as well. You know, I mean, that was a really impressive 2-0 over Wolves, away to Wolves at the weekend. Before that, another impressive away performance against Southampton, a team that we've had a very poor record against away from home.
They beat Man City. They beat Man City, so let's not knock them.
Man City yesterday as well, yeah.
Not all of us can beat them 9-0 though. You know what I mean?
We didn't beat them 9-0. And then there's Sheffield United again. That was another good away performance by Arsenal. And then we played Norwich at home. I know Norwich at the bottom, but we absolutely stuffed them 4-0. So the team, initially when we first came back, it was a horrible start against Man City, bit of humiliation, and then the Brighton loss. But since then, Arsenal, they've won the next 4 games on the bounce. And the team's looking confident at the moment. You know what I mean? Aubameyang's been doing what Aubameyang's been doing all season, which is scoring goals.
Yeah.
Lacazette back on the scoring sheet at the weekend. And then some of the youngsters have really been playing well. Saka, who signed a new deal, scoring that great goal against Wolves.
It was man of the match, wasn't he?
Nketiah has been playing really, really well. You know what I mean?
It was man of the match when he's Saka. Was he man of the match? I think he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. Nicolas Pepe, who banged in a great goal the previous game.
Great player.
And, you know, he didn't play at the weekend because his wife had a baby, but he'll be back.
Yeah.
No, and Arsenal, actually, we don't have loads and loads of injuries. We've got most of the key players in shape. So it's going to be a really interesting game. I think Arsenal will stick with their formation that they've been playing, which has been 3 at the back with attacking wing backs. What do you think your formation will be?
I've got it on the screen here. Actually, I don't know if you can quickly put it full screen or not. I'm not sure on your side, but that's
all right. Let me do that.
That's what I'm roughly going with anyway, Robert. is that because obviously there's no Chol on the left, so I'm going to put Fuchs in there. No Ricardo Pereira on the right, so Justin's in. But the usual Seunchu, Johnny Evans at the back with Ndidi holding in the middle. Great player, by the way, Ndidi, one of the better players in the Premier League. Tielemans sitting in front of him, Perez and Barnes on your wings, and playing two up top. Because I think it's worked so far with Nacho and Vardy. I think they're supporting each other really well. Nacho's getting his goals, finally.
You think you'll go two up top in that position against...
Well, it's worked so far because before we tried the two up top, Vardy wasn't even getting the ball. And now all of a sudden he's working off of him a bit like back in 2016 when he had Okazaki to play off. It's kind of doing the same thing. It's rubbing off. So maybe, I don't know. But that's what I've got at the minute because of the injuries we've got and whatnot.
Well, of course, I think with Arsenal, we will go with that three. That three that we've been playing of David Luiz, Mustafi, and Kolasinac. Now, normally, you'd probably be rubbing your hands together and saying, yeah, happy days. But those three have actually, in that three, those three have actually been playing very well. And then Kieran Tierney.
I like Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, he's been playing very, very well as well. And then it'll be who goes in at right back. Will it be Cedric? Will it be Bellerin? Or will it be Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who came on the other day and done brilliantly as well? So, and then in midfield, I think Xhaka, who again has been playing very well recently. Danny Ceballos. I think Saka will be in there somewhere. You know, wow. In there, Pepe.
Pepe. What about Lacazette?
Lacazette, I still think may start on the bench, even though he scored the other day. I think because you've maybe got the sort of weaknesses out on the flanks, I think the manager might go with the pace, you know, of Aubameyang out wide coming in. That's gonna, you know, I mean, if you've got an inexperienced guy like Justin,
that's where you need to attack.
You wanna say to Aubameyang, right, get on him and give him a lot of problems. You know what I mean? Or even Fuchs as well. He's not the quickest.
It's getting old. It's getting old.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not sure. I mean,
I'm looking at the defense.
Very brave formation to come. You know
I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried about that.
Arsenal decent.
Yep, I agree. I'm worried about the wings. I am worried about the wings. I think what's going to happen there, actually, I think Perez is going to be changed there. I think it's going to be Mark Albrighton to support James Justin, because Mark Albrighton's played at right back a couple of times as a very kind of last replacement. But I think he would help out James Justin at the back there. And I think Harvey Barnes is fast enough to probably track back and help Fuchs. But yeah, I am worried. I'm worried down that side. Now you mentioned Aubameyang down that side, especially against a young, an inexperienced James Justin.
Yeah, we got a lot of pace up front. You know what I mean? When it goes with Eddie playing as a centre forward and really pressing on, you know, and one of the things I've noticed under Mikel Arteta is that he's really been playing this high press, and it's been successful recently. You saw Eddie Nketiah got a goal by pressing against Norwich. Aubameyang got his goal by pressing up on the goalkeeper. I think they're going to really be pressing on and trying to force your back four into lots of mistakes, which, as I said, looking at it, it's not the quickest.
No.
At the back. I think Ndidi's going to have a lot of work to do covering, but then I think with us as well, obviously containing Vardy is going to be...
David Luiz is going to be in his back pocket, I think. David Luiz, if he plays, is going to be in Vardy's back pocket. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing is that we can't afford to let David Luiz or any of those defenders get isolated against Vardy, and that's why I think we'll stick with his five. David Luiz looks a lot more comfortable in that three.
Yes.
A lot more comfortable in that three. So it's going to be a really interesting game, but we have got a good record against you at home.
Horrendous record. Horrendous, Robert. Absolutely horrendous. We've not beat you at your ground since 1972, mate.
Wow.
1972. Mad, isn't it? I mean, we've beat you a couple of times down the King Power back-to-back now, because I think I met you. It was peeing it down rain last time I met you outside. And, it was a couple of good results down the King Power, but we've still not managed to get that win. I think you did the double honours when we won the Premier League that season as well. That last minute at the Emirates, that was that heartache, that was.
Not for us, it wouldn't.
Well, yeah, but you celebrated too early. You thought you were going to win the league at that point, and you didn't.
Nah, I don't think we're going to win the league. I don't think we're going to win the league, But by the way, there's T-Day Shifts there saying, "Hey, love Lee's channel from Australia. He looks like Vardy."
Yeah, come over to the channel and hit the subscribe button. Come on, help a fella out. I'm trying to grow now. I'm doing these watch alongs. I'm doing a watch along tomorrow on the Claude and the Bansters show as well, so that's going to be good.
Okay. Connor Main saying Vardy is a pensioner. Don't say that, Connor. He's not a pensioner.
He's not. No, he's who said that? Connor. Listen, Connor, he's the fittest he's ever been, right? He's had a test on the heart rate thing and the bleep test thing that you do back to back, side to side, all that. He's the fittest he's ever been in his career at 33 years old. So be careful what you wish for.
It's one of the interesting things, Lee, that we've been talking about even here at Arsenal. So there's been some fans that have been saying, well, Aubameyang, he's 31. And I'm like, I say the same thing. I said, he's so fit, right? And he's still got his speed. He's still agile. He's still, you know what I mean? And I often look at Vardy and say, look at him. He's 33.
Yeah.
He's playing like a 25-year-old, the way he's moving. Same with Aubameyang. And isn't it interesting that,
got plenty in the tank. Got plenty in the tank.
The two guys at the top of the goal scoring are 33 and 31. That's,
Yeah. You don't know how long these guys are going to go for. You know what? 2 years ago, I said, Vardy's got about a year and a half left in him. And he's proven us all wrong. I think you just don't go on age. Age is just a number. Wait on the player's peak and whatnot.
Yeah. Reece Smith says, I said it before he started playing the free at the back. Look at the season Chelsea won the Premier League. Luiz was there, always playing in a back three. In the middle, all he had to do was pass from the right to the left, and it worked for him. So we need to play him like that in that position. And the one thing about David Luiz is passing range for a defensive player is unreal. That's going to be another weapon that you guys are going to have to look out for.
It's history. It don't matter. Honestly, I don't feel like we're going to come away with a win because of just because on the history, mate. We'll just not beat you down there. I know I say it every year. This is the year, but I don't think it's going to be. I just don't. Yeah. What fixtures you're coming up as well? Because I'm looking at the table and I'm thinking, how are Leicester?
We got Spurs after this, so we've got Spurs then Liverpool, so we've got a lot of massive games.
Yeah, I'm looking at how Leicester are going to stay third, and I'm thinking, well, we've got Arsenal, then we've got Bournemouth, which is probably doable, Sheffield United, which is probably doable, but then the two last fixtures are Spurs and Man United back to back as the last two.
Spurs, I think Sheffield United will be harder than Spurs. Kingsley Opera said, "Hi Robbie, I bet if we did a joint 11, we would have more players in the team than we did the last time we did a combined 11." That's probably very true, because remember last time we did a combined 11, there was hardly any Arsenal players.
Yes.
Then the team has really, really picked up, I've got to say.
Would you change that? We'll have to revisit that next year. A year's time after it, we'll revisit that.
Sinan says, if Leicester play 4-1-4-1, they don't have a chance. If they play 4-4-2, they can because they can cause a problem. But Perez Vardy is better for them. But Pepe, Aubameyang, Saka will start. Robbie's 100%, and that will give you guys problems. Dr. Viraj says, "Hi Robbie, do you think going into next season Martinez should be preferred over Leno as the goalkeeper?" This is another player, Lee, that has come in. We got an injury to Leno, and he's all fearing the worst.
Yes. That was a bad challenge, by the way.
Yeah, he's come in, Martinez. He's been absolutely brilliant. So Leno will come back in, but this guy's giving Arteta a serious problem when Arteta does come back.
How long's Leno out? Do we know?
I think Leno's Leno's out for the rest of the season. The injury's not as bad as we first thought. He will be back early next season, but he's definitely done for the season. But Martinez has been superb. Trevor K says, "What's your score prediction for tomorrow, Lee?"
Yeah, that's what I was going to go on to next. Was the score predictions? There's quite a few in my chat section that are going for a 2-1 win to Arsenal, 3-1 to Leicester. I'm going to go with an easy. No, I'm not really. I was about to say an easy win for Arsenal. I think it's going to be a draw. I think we're going to get a point. I'd like a point, maybe. That'd help us out. I think. I know Chelsea will win tomorrow against Palace, but there's still some tricky games to play. I think it's going to be either a 1-1 or a 2-2. I'm going to go for 2-2 because there's usually a lot of goals in Leicester Arsenal in there.
I'm not with you on this one, man. I think we're playing all right at the moment. Yeah, I mean, we're playing good. We're looking good. But I think you will get a goal because Vardy always scores against us. But I'm going to go for a 2-1.
Okay.
For Arsenal. I think we're looking good at the moment. We're playing some good football. So I'm pretty confident we can get something out of this game. Ayuko says, greetings from Calgary, Canada. Do you think Arsenal have a chance of getting Ndidi? Let me ask Lee.
That's going to be down to where we finish. I've said this already. If we don't get European football, Robert, I think we could say bye-bye to a few key players. And the ones I'm on my hand would be Youri Tielemans, Wilfred Ndidi, Ben Chilwell, probably going to go anyway. Madison.
He only just signed.
And Ricardo, it don't matter. These things don't mean nothing, do they? Ricardo Pereira is the one, though. I think Ricardo Pereira is the one for me that will get signed by a big club, bigger than you boys.
Ooh.
I'm serious. Ricardo Pereira is the one. He's the one. He came from Porto. It was fantastic at Porto. He's came over here. He's proved what he can do in the Premier League as well. It's only a matter of time before he goes somewhere like PSG or something.
Yeah, he's a very good player. TD Shift says, where can I find you? I don't see you guys winning. Sorry, he's going 3-0 to Arsenal, but he wants to subscribe. That's TD Shift to your channel.
Punch in Chappy TV or Lee Chappy. My Twitter handle's there as well. All the links and stuff are all over the place.
Okay, brilliant. Have you got any comments from over your side?
I've got loads actually. I'm trying to read a few things out. If there's any questions to Robbie, let me know, guys, in the comments because there's tons of stuff. What we got? Lee working his ass off for the content, pairing up with the Don Robbie. What we got? Vardy still class at 33. Don't knock the age. Age is just a number.
I'm not knocking the age. It's just a number. I'm definitely not knocking the age. Vardy, I think, was very stupid to say he weren't going to play for England no more. I think if it had the Euros still been, he could have had a shout for that because he's still a weapon.
Yeah, I still think he should. Well, he's retired, isn't he, himself? But, you know.
Well, maybe that's helped prolong. That could have helped him prolong.
There's a quick question for you, Rob, before you move on. Do you prefer Vardy over Harry Kane or not?
I prefer him over anybody over Harry Kane. But Harry Kane's goal-scoring record is brilliant for England.
He is a gooner, though, right? Harry Kane. It's all lies. He is a gooner, isn't he?
He was originally a gooner, but we've removed that status from him since he's got over to the dark side, you know? DT Official says, this is DT, actually. He says,
right, DT. Yeah.
He says, Justin and Fuchs up against Pepe and Aubameyang.
I'm worried.
No way. He goes, sorry, mate. But they're two of the paciest, most skillful players against an inexperienced player and an old boy. Your fullbacks are going to be...
I agree. I agree
with DT. I'd be targeting, as I said earlier, I'd be targeting those areas because, Pereira missing, I think, is big.
I'm a little worried, mate, about that. But does DT know that Ricardo Pereira is injured for the season, and does he know that Chilwell's injured? Because that's not something that
he knows.
We've stumbled into that. That's not something we can help. So I am worried at the back there, big time.
We've got to try and exploit. And as I said in the last game, even against Wolves, we created all the chances.
Yeah,
we created all the chances in that game. It wasn't, Wolves.
But we did destroy Palace. Don't knock us. We're in good. We've finally got some form. Finally, so we could come all guns blazing like your YouTube channel videos.
This guy's reminding me that Vardy turned down Arsenal.
Mr. Loyal himself, Jamie Vardy. You don't find that, do you? You don't find that. Mad stat, Jamie Vardy started in the Premier League at 27 years old. 27 years old, starting in the Premier League, and I think he hit the 100 goal target faster than Didier Drogba and Wayne Rooney.
Wow. However,
what can I say?
Aubameyang, 50 goals, quickest to 50 goals of any Arsenal player, quicker than Bergkamp, quicker than Henry, quicker than Ian Wright to 50 goals, playing in a nowhere near as good team.
Wow, that's mad. That's mad. Imagine him in the golden era.
Yeah. Wow. If he had
the Invincibles, oh my word.
He had some really, really good players behind him. You know what I mean? Wow, what would he be doing? That's why it's very important.
I mean, where would he play? Who would he play? Who would he cover? Who would he replace in that squad of the Invincibles? Who would he replace? Well, he wouldn't, would he? I don't think he would.
That squad was that good, you know. That good, you know. So I don't think he would replace him.
Tottenham Hotspur are on here. Sorry, I'm watching the game as well.
Okay, they're still winning.
They've missed. They're still 1-0 up. Yeah.
The jammiest of goals, man. That game was so. I was watching it before I come in here. What a dead game that was.
Yeah, looking dead still now.
Brent says Pereira is a big miss for Leicester. Probably him or Soyuncu for your player of the season. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Ricardo's our main man, like I just said. He's the one that we couldn't afford to have injured, and bang, there goes. I don't know what he tore. I'm not sure if it was his ACL or something. I'm not sure, but he's done. He ain't back till next season.
Okay, Ozzy says, "What's your thoughts on Perez?" He said, "I never rated him, but what's your thoughts on him?"
He's been played out of position. He's not a winger at all. He needs to sit behind Jamie Vardy and Nacho in a number 10 role. And unfortunately, James Maddison's already stapled that role, so it's difficult to move into that role. But right now, Madders is out, so maybe he might get played in the middle. Tielemans might not play, and Albrighton on the right.
You don't think you play Harvey Barnes?
I think you play Harvey Barnes, but you put Perez in the middle, and you'd put Albrighton on the right instead of Tielemans. So you just put Perez in the middle.
Okay.
I've got a question for you, Robbie. For you. Question for Robbie. Mustafi and Luiz in defence with the errors they have produced in the past. Vardy, Gray and Barnes breathing down their neck will surely worry Arsenal's fans. Is it important for Leicester to go at AFC from the very start?
Yeah, no, of course you've got to go at us. But as I said, since we've been playing that three at the back, and remember at the weekend, we was up against Wolves, and they also have very quick, dangerous players in Adama Traore, top players like Jimenez, and we kept them very, very quiet. So, you know, for Arsenal fans, that's cooled us down a bit. Yeah, the first couple of games, I mean, obviously the game against Man City, horrific errors in that game by Luiz, and then the game against Brighton, again, more poor errors in that game. But since then, we've played and we've defended very, very well. We kept a clean sheet against Wolves away from home. You know, we kept a clean sheet away from home against Southampton as well. So, and we kept a clean sheet against Norwich, beating them 4-0. So, defensively, with that three at the back, we've looked a lot more solid. Now, David Luiz and Mustafi and Kolasinac, and all three of them are guys that are prone to making mistakes. But it definitely in that system, they look a lot more solid. So I'm a little bit more confident, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Another question for you here. Where is it? Jack Balshaw says, would you take top 4 or the FA Cup, Robbie?
At this moment in time, I have to say, normally I'm a guy and I'm like, trophies, right? But at this moment in time, for what with Arsenal, how we're trying to rebuild and stuff like that, I take Champions League, even though, you know, we ain't got a chance of winning the Champions League at the moment, but just because we'd be able to attract more players in, the revenue that it would bring in, I think for Arsenal, it'd be much bigger to get into the top 4. But I just don't think, you know, I think that's a bit, unless we could sneak into 5th position, and even that's a tall order. You know, and maybe hope that, you know...
Man City could get the ban, and would that mean Champions League? That would mean Champions League still,
yeah. If that ban's upheld, we would get it. Well, whoever finishes 5th would get it. Chris Cross Production says, you think Torreira going to start tomorrow, Robbie? I don't think he will start. I think it will be Granit Xhaka and Tobias. Rafiq says the midfield battle will be key. If indeed he dominates the game over Xhaka and Danny, the Foxes will have advantage. We can't allow the Foxes to isolate Vardy versus Luiz. As I said, with that system, it's harder to isolate Luiz because you've got the two fullbacks getting back as well. So I think it's a bit harder to isolate Luiz.
Got a question for you, Robbie. It's Abdi on my YouTube channel says, what do you think of Leicester City potentially still getting top 4? Do you think that's a thing, or do you think we are pushing our luck?
It's a bit worrying for you guys. When I looked at that table, I mean, you got a lot of must-win games coming up. You named out some of the games you've got coming up, some very difficult games. I'm looking at the table. Listen, you're still in a great position. You've got 58 points, but Chelsea, 1 point behind you.
Yeah.
United, who are on fire at the moment, only 3 points behind you. That means if you lose tomorrow, Chelsea win, they go above you.
Yeah. Man United win.
They win, they could go above you. You know what I mean? And then even Wolves are on 52. I think it's and then with the injuries that you're naming out there, it's a tricky time for Leicester. I mean, this is when, this is what happens when you come to. I've seen Arsenal a lot of times in great positions to get top 4 or to even win the league, and we just fall apart towards the end of the season. And I'm also thinking is the lack of fans at the King Power having a bigger effect on a team like Leicester than it does some of the other teams?
Yeah, all day long. I was about to jump onto that next. Do you believe the 12th man has changed anything with Arsenal? Because I think it has for Leicester. I think we are one of these sides that does rely on the fan base to get behind them and give them a nudge and stuff, because we're quite loud away and we're quite loud at the King Power, to be fair. What's your thought on the 12th man disappearing? Do you think that's going to affect the game?
It will affect the game, but I just feel that teams like Arsenal, they're so used to going away from home, for instance. So they're used to playing at home, and if things ain't going great, a lot of pressure being put on them by the fans. And they're used to going away, and every single ground we go to, the fans are up for it because it's a huge game. So I think that, that pressure, again, they're more used to it, I feel, than, I think some of the teams like Leicester, you need those fans.
Yeah, we do. We're a local fan base, I think.
So, I mean, I think it's definitely had an effect on you guys, on Sheffield United. I definitely think it has had an effect, yeah. Fresh Cut says, is Mkhitaryan done at Arsenal or a second chance under Arteta? No, Mkhitaryan is going to be leaving the club. He will be joining Roma.
Yeah, I've seen that. Is he done? Is that a done deal?
He's done. We got Saka now, so okay. I mean, I think
you didn't want him anyway, did you? He just came in as a bonus from the old Sanchez deal, didn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it didn't really work out.
I've got a funny one for you here, though, mate. I've flipping lost it as well. Where has it gone? Here it goes. Michael on YouTube says, "Tell Robbie to do the troop celebration."
That was funny. We was just like, honestly, that was a win for us, though. We were all pumped about it. It was absolutely for that celebration. I was taking a mick out of him today about it. It was unbelievable. There's where's that one gone? Somebody was asking, Golden Boot, Vardy or Aubameyang?
I think Vardy deserves to get one, to be honest with you. I believe that. He's won the Premier League. He's not got an individual one like that yet. I think if you only earn it by, you only get it by earning it. So he's got to score his goal at the end of the day. He's back on form, hopefully, carries on scoring. It's Vardy's to have. He's the one that's been top for, I don't know, 5-6 months. I don't know how long he's been top, but he's been top too long.
I mean, he's coming. The head-to-head, right? We posted something on our Instagram earlier, right? Aubameyang, 31 appearances. Vardy, 30 appearances.
Wow.
19 goals, Aubameyang. 21 goals, Vardy. Penalties. Aubameyang's had 1 penalty. Vardy's had
4.
So take the penalties away from from free play. Actually, Aubameyang scored more. But
how many times has he earned those penalties? That's the question.
That is the next thing about Vardy. He has got the.
You can say that, but so's Aubameyang. To be honest with you,
Get out of here, man! Aubameyang don't dive. Aubameyang does not dive. One then.
That man needs a snorkel. I'm telling you.
Tierney or Chilwell?
Sorry?
Tierney or Chilwell?
Oh, man.
He's still early, but Tierney's looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, Tierney.
Juppy says Saka, I think he means there, or Barnes, Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes is a young lad, still growing, and he's only getting better and better. I can't really knock the lad. He does everything spot on. He's quick. I'm sticking with my man.
No, I'm going Saka. Sorry. I do. Harvey Barnes is a very good player.
Yeah. I'm just saying that on what I've seen of him and what he does for my team. Okay. He does a cracking job.
Pepe or Perez?
Pepe. And unless it was Perez in the middle and take him off that wing, because I don't like him as a winger.
Okay, fair enough. What was the other one? There was one other. I can't find that one now. But there was one other one.
Schmeichel or Leno?
Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Sorry, what am I talking about? Schmeichel. Leno. Sorry.
No, don't be silly. Schmeichel is the most underrated goalkeeper in the Premier League.
Schmeichel's good. Leno's been absolutely brilliant this season.
No. Schmeichel's got DNA, mate. He's not. Leno's not got DNA like Schmeichel. Schmeichel's got DNA. You can't even buy that.
No, man. No, Leno this season has been unbelievable. He really has been unbelievable.
Schmeichel's kept us in it for the last 5 games. Schmeichel's kept us in it. I'll be honest with you. Indeed, all day long. You're not changing my mind on that, Robert.
I'm going Ndidi, but Xhaka's picked up recently. He really has picked up recently. But yeah, Ndidi is quality. I really do.
Oh, here's one for you. Mo on my YouTube said Inacho or Lacazette.
Oh, come on, man. You're having a laugh.
I'm playing. Of course it's Lacazette, obviously. What about Vards? Vardy. Jamie Vardy.
Vardy or who?
Who would you put him up with? Lacazette again?
Aubameyang.
Would you put him up against Aubameyang? Okay, Vardy or Aubameyang?
Aubameyang.
No.
Yes.
No. We'll argue all day long. Never.
We'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Martinez or Schmeichel?
Sorry?
Martinez or Schmeichel? See, we got 2 goalkeepers to throw in there, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've got Danny Ward. He's all right, but no one's heard of him. You see? No one's heard of him.
Somebody's got this one here. Ozil or Maddison? We won't bother with that one.
No. Well, Ozil's a cracking player, but I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Hamza Chowdhury or Torreira?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you might go with that Chowdhury tomorrow as well.
I think he might. It might even work with 2.
That midfield.
I think he might work with 2. Ndidi and Chowdhury. And I don't know. It's going to be tough, mate. Maybe one up. Maybe you're right. Maybe one up top. Maybe Vardy on his own up top.
That Chowdhury is a good player.
He's a very good player. Gets knocked a lot by the Liverpool fans because I'm sure you're aware that he's cropped a few times of Jordan Henderson and Salah's legs a few times as well. But goes in. Tackler. Old school.
No. I said Tielemans or Torreira, but they're kind of different players, aren't they?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a question I usually do on my preview shows.
Guendouzi or Chowdhury, the battle of the big hairs, these guys say.
Yeah. Still 1. I think it's still 1-0 by the way. Spurs and Everton. There's nothing going on.
That was a boring game.
My question for you, Robert, a little bit different. I always do this off topic from football, but it's only a bit of banter. And this one is on a pizza. Does pineapple exist in your world or not?
Do you know what? Right, I'm not a big pizza guy. You know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a big lover of pizzas. So for me, if I am having a pizza, the plainer the better. I'm not. Never been mad on pizzas, man. I don't know what it is.
That was one to get out of that then, wasn't it? Man, he dived the question like a Bamian.
No, I'll probably say no pineapple. No pineapple, because the pineapple shouldn't be on that pizza either. You know what I mean?
I wonder what the comments are. I bet the comments are going bonkers now. It's always...
Mustafi or Johnny Evans?
Johnny Evans is cracking, you know. What a signing that was. It was only like £3 million. He's come in and he's done a fabulous job. I know he's getting on, but my God, what a trophy cabinet he's got as well. I wouldn't take him out of the team at the minute, put it that way. Yeah, I'm not saying he's a better player, but I won't take him out right now because his partnership with Soyuncu is second to none. And that's what it's about sometimes. Your partnerships back in the day, like Tony Adams, Sol Campbell, you know, they're things that you can't break.
Now, a lot of people have been jumping in the comments, and I was just looking on my app on my phone to confirm this, that Hugo Lloris and Son were nearly fighting at half-time. This guy says, he goes, Tottenham are a mess. Son fighting Lloris. They're done out here. So apparently, I saw loads of people talking about in the comments that they had a little fight at half-time or near fight, or to, you know, that's interesting. I was watching the game, and it was such a dead game, I'll tell you. And as I said, Spurs got the luckiest of own goals. I don't know what it's been like.
It's not been great, mate. I mean, I've not been able to watch it properly because obviously we're doing this. But on my corner of my screen, it's looking very boring. And there's a few people in my other chat on Hot Mic, which I need to get you on, by the way. I need to get you on this Hot Mic app. It's fantastic. Yeah, go over to Hot Mic, get it on the App Store now. Put Chappy in as the code. Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. I'll get you on. We'll sort you out on there. It's brilliant, mate. Yeah, still 1-0. 80th minute played, mate.
Well, anyway, we're going to round up now.
Yeah.
Let's just once again round up with what you think the score is going to be.
Ooh.
You're going for a draw, you said.
Yeah, I said it's going to be. I think it's going to be a 2-2 because there's always some good goals in this. There's always high amount of goals, so going to go for 2-2.
I'm sticking with my 2-1 and maybe even 3-1. I do feel pretty confident in Arsenal tomorrow. I think they've been playing really, really well, and I think they will get the job done. So I'm going for Arsenal winning the game tomorrow. But it should be a really, really good game. Tell them where they can see you.
Yeah, go over to my YouTube. Just punch in Chappy TV. I'm on there, or you can put me as Lee Chappy as well. I come up on Twitter and stuff as well. I'm a verified user on Twitter as well. Hey,
I'm not even verified.
That's madness. I don't know where that comes from, by the way. That was a bonkers thing.
I said to the guys on Twitter one time, I said, "How are we not verified?" I go, literally, the whole of Twitter nicks our content, but we're not verified. It's one of the most. We're verified on every other platform. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
Keep going.
Verified.
just keep applying, man. I didn't even apply now.
I'll be asked. But thank you very much for coming on, Lee. What we'll do is I'm going to try and come back to you after the game as well to get your opinion on how things went. Yeah.
Yeah, well, tomorrow night, like I say, I'm doing this live exactly the same as people that are seeing my channel. I've got my screen on, and you're sitting behind me on the screen. On yours, you can just see my Leicester logo. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the Claude and the Bansters tomorrow night on their channel, but I'm also going to be on mine as well with full layout because I do all sorts of stuff. I'll be like, I put like Arsenal celebration if you score goes across my screen and Leicester's and stuff. So interactive.
Coming up a lot on your screen tomorrow.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete that now. Actually, that was a bad idea. I thought.
All right, thanks a lot, Lee, man. Really respect for coming on tonight. Thank you very much, and big up for Lee. And don't forget you can subscribe to his channel. And thanks everybody else as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget it's the big one tomorrow. Check us out in our watch along on AFTV. And really looking forward to the game. Can Arsenal keep this winning run going? It's going to be a great game.